man. This is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe for the URT people. We're back to the originals, man. If you know, you know. All United Real Therapy videos in here. We're at Frozen Yogurt Place, Fruit. If you're in Manchester, it's on Whitworth Street. Make sure you check it out, people. Family. It's family business. If you know, you know. But big up to every one of you. We got some news for you coming out of Manchester United today. The director of football, Mr. Jason Wilcox, talking about Manchester United and talking about the recent form, talking about staying calm, talking about standards, which is interesting to hear. And also Licha is now fully back with a group, apparently. He is training with a group. He's back in doing the rondos, at least. Yeah, and it's all as we build up to Saturday. It's the build up to Saturday. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, and then after that we got Tottenham. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks, couple of days coming up. And also we had actually some of Amarim's presser today. But mainly I wanted to talk about what Jason Wilcox said. He said a lot. He talked about the team's form. He talked about the plans for future transfers. He talked about getting players. Obviously, it's a lot of PR. A lot of it is PR BS. As we know on this channel, we keep it real with you. We give you what the news is, and then we'll talk about it objectively, and then we talk about our opinions on what we see and what the evidence is so far. So he's not talking about anything in January. People were quoting it. I saw some people getting carried away on X, where they're just saying, oh yeah, plans to get players. You're like, not in January. He's talking about just future transfers. That's what he's talking about. He's not specifically mentioned January or the summer. He's talking about in general. He's talking about Manchester United players who can handle the pressure, players who are good enough to be able to play. And he's also talking about that Manchester United being willing to compete for the Champions League and to go back winning Champions Leagues and competing for the league titles. For me, it's a first and foremost. Before even getting the Champions League ambitions, for me the league is 38 games, if I'm not mistaken, or 37 games. So that is where your bread and butter is, and that's how I look at. That's how I judge a football club. I don't judge because you won a cup here and there. You know most of you know how much I love the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup, but the FA Cup sometimes can paper over the cracks. League position does not paper any cracks because it's week in, week out. You're testing yourselves against the other teams in the Premier League, and you're testing yourself against other coaches and other coaching staff and other football clubs. So that is where the real test is. Can Manchester United go back to being consistent and fighting for the top of the league? Like I said, some of it was BS, some of it, for me anyway, my personal opinion, some of it was just a PR BS business. That's what a lot of it sounded like. But yeah, he talked about what it is to be a Manchester United player, and he talked about players who can handle the pressure. So that there, objectively, I can agree with him that Manchester United need to sign players who can handle the pressure. He talked about Cunha and Mbeumo, and he's saying that he's two players that have been doing it. He also talked about Lamins and talked about Sesko and how they're both adapting. And yeah, he's saying that he talked about specifically about the Brentford game, and he said how the Brentford game was the big setback, but he thinks that the team has been playing well and been improving. Which I don't objectively, objectively you might agree, you might say United were doing bits, but yeah, I think the home form has been good. I can say that. Manchester United home form, I've missed maybe two. Have I missed two? I think I might have missed 2 home games, but I've been to a lot more home games this season. So we played 8 games. How many games have we played at home? I think we've been to 3 or 2 games at home. And yeah, he's talking about basically that he saw things. To me, I still think our away form is dubious. It's really dubious, our away form, and that needs to be improved. So he talked a little bit about that. But obviously the presenter from Manchester United TV was basically trying to gas it up, saying, oh yeah, the goals are coming and all that. Just gassing it up, man. You know this PR. It doesn't take that much for Manchester United to be doing well, and then all of a sudden They're like, let's do an interview with Jason. Get Jason out there talking about future transfers. Listen, Amorim needs backing. Amorim needs backing, and he needs backing in January. Manchester United in January, because we're going to be missing players in December. We're going to be missing players in December. In Bermo, Masraoui, Ahmad. Who else are we going to miss? Those three we're going to miss. Definitely. I'm thinking, who else are we going to miss? Definitely those three. If I'm forgetting somebody, get in the comments and please remind me. But yeah, it's just, that's the piece of gas, people. It's basically MUTV gassing up Jason Wilcox because Manchester United have won 3 games. Manchester United have won 3 games. So yeah, obviously we'll be live tomorrow night, most likely, with a preview, a Manchester United preview, and we'll be, yeah, that's what we will do. We'll be live for the Manchester United preview, and we will be talking about, looking ahead to more about the game on Saturday. We're going to be obviously even talking about, now I'm going to include a segment where I want to hear from opposing coaches, what they're going to be saying, and yeah, and Amorim quotes and all of that will come tomorrow when we go live around tomorrow night, around 10, maybe 10:30. But I just thought a bit of news from Manchester United to bring you that. But yeah, I'm so happy that Licha's back on the grass, getting involved in the rundos. I don't know if he's taking full part in full training, but he's definitely doing that. He's back in just doing a bit of the rundos, and after that horrific knee injury, I'm so glad, because he's a warrior. You know how I feel about Licha. I think he's got he's got his deficiencies, especially defending wide spaces, but in terms of being aggressive when the team's compact and the way that we're playing right now, definitely we could do with the option of Licha. 100% we can do with that. Just to say a little bit, they asked that question about missing in Bermo, Masraoui and Ahmad maybe in December for some games, and Amorim in the presser today, I don't know why the presser came out today, but the presser, Amorim was basically saying there are players that want to play, the players that should be playing in the team, but because of 1 game a week, he's not willing to change it. But we all know what Amorim's doing. Amorim's basically entrusting the senior players, and if you're not one of the senior players that you can rely on, then you're not getting into the team. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens on Saturday. I'm looking forward to the game. I'll be doing a watch along with Saeed. But yeah, sending love and light to all of you. Please, I beg you, I don't ask you for anything. The channel is shadow banned because we speak about the Zayos, and we speak for Palestine. We speak about the industrial military complex. We speak for Lebanon. We speak for Congo. We speak for Sudan. We speak for all those who are resisting colonialism, the military machine, and the empire, Zionist empire. So that is why we're shadow banned. So the least you can do, people, is that I'm not asking you to pay for anything. I'm asking you to be a member. I'm just asking you to like the video. So please, when you comment, like the video, and get each other to like the video. I would appreciate that. But yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for the build-up, which is going to be a tough game. Tough game. I've got so much to say about Nottingham Forest, and it will be all, you'll hear it all tomorrow night. But please smash a like, subscribe to the channel, free all the people in the world who are resisting colonization and the military machine, the empires and imperialism. Love and light, win, lose or draw, Glazers out, Ineos out. That's how it is, mate. It's simple. We keep it consistent on this channel, and if you want to be down with them, then you know where to get off as well. But peace, love, light. Happy Halloween, those of you who are celebrating, and big up to everybody. Love, light, take care. Peace.